Taiwan's Tzu Chi Pingtung chapter hosts the year-end banquets for more than 900 care recipients. We look at some emotional problems students may face and how they are impacted by the hardships in their life. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Margaret Lin. Thank you for joining us. In Taiwan, the Tzu Chi Pingtung chapter recently held a winter aid distribution and a year-end banquets for more than 900 care recipients. The Pingtung County Commissioner also visits to express his gratitude and devotion to volunteers. Ringing the gongs and playing the drums, volunteers are giving the lion dance performance. The lively atmosphere makes the year-end reunion feast in Pingtung full of festivity. The Pingtung County Commissioner also took time to attend the event.
Our residents came here to do a lot of voluntary work. This activity helps cultivate the participants' concept of family ethics and social values. It brings a steady force to society and helps improve the community.
In addition to bringing blessings and encouragements, the commissioner also put on an apron to serve dishes to the residents. On this cold day, more than 50 tables of dishes have been set out in the square, warming everyone's hearts.
感动，有参加过2次啦。 感觉慈济很好，
很温馨啊！尤其今年的温度更显得温暖。
A Thanksgiving event has also been held for the participants to express their gratitude, nurturing their minds and soul. As the event, every family came with a story of a difficult life. One of them, who used to be a drug addict, has bidden farewell to his wayward past, while the other one never surrenders to his fate, though he suffers from illness. Taking drugs and once being imprisoned, this man not only blocked the happiness of his family, but also ruined his bright future. Volunteers present Mr. Ke's life story through dramas. In Mr. Ke's most difficult time, volunteers lent a helping hand to repair his house, bringing love and warmth to him. Despite his mobility issues now, he still works very hard to do recycling.
Thank you, Master Zheng Yan, for taking care of me. I'm also grateful for Ziji's sister's concern about me.
Today, he is able to share his experience with everyone. If people can change themselves after witnessing his story, this is also a good thing.
Mr. Ke's story of turning from a receiver to a giver proves the power of love. It is inevitable that anyone may experience a low ebb in life. However, as long as one never gives up, he or she can embrace a bright future. Tzu Chi Eastern Taipei Liaison Office held a year-end banquet inviting care recipients, disadvantaged households, and solitary elders to enjoy a vegetarian meal. Tzu Chi volunteers also distribute red envelopes of blessing and wisdom and other useful materials. There was also a free clinic and other activities on site, providing warmth and compassion to all participants.
Tzu Chi volunteers are singing and dancing, creating a happy atmosphere here as this banquet invites vulnerable families to an event in advance of the Lunar New Year.
With a happy heart, fortune will come, so don't lock yourself inside your house.
Fortunately, Tzu Chi brothers and sisters have helped these families and have accompanied them to allow for our society to become more compassionate.
A little show accompanies the presentation of food, as there were 7 dishes and 1 soup, with some 25 different tables at this vegetarian banquet, which was prepared by volunteers, which also includes a show.
I feel very warm because of the people and other blessings provided by Tzu Chi.
Volunteers are thankful for the red envelopes of blessings and wisdom. They also received material aid in the form of noodles, toothpaste, and some 10 types of supplies. About 240 bags were distributed to help these households during their low period.
一些勉励的话啦，或者是小小的物资。
我们来这里。
We feel warm here. It's the beginning of the new year.
Other than financial assistance, we ask if there is anything else they need. For example, we can provide help when it comes to their mood or physical or mental health.
A local hairdresser also participates in the event, as hot pot was eaten and other aid was distributed at this year-end event sharing love and compassion.
A medical team from Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital went to the Keelung Jinshi Hall for a free clinic, winter distribution, as well as a hot pot. The volunteers brought people who needed medical attention to the event so they could be treated or even transferred to the hospital for better treatment.
Over 60 doctors and nurses from Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital went to Jinshi Hall in Keelung to help people with medical needs. One of the patients is 62-year-old Mr. Wang, who suddenly found himself with weak feet and unable to walk half a year ago, and no hospital has been able to help him.
My spinal cord is damaged, so I can't stand. I could limp, but now I can't.
He suffers from deteriorating motor functions and also strong pain. The way to help him is to have him come to the hospital and I'll arrange an MRI examination to find out if the nerves have been pressured by the bone.
The free clinics allow the patients to see many specialists. The gastroenterology department also uses an ultrasound to examine people with hepatitis B or C to see if the illness has changed or any abnormality in one's abdomen's area.
One patient said he had pain on the lower right back, and we found out that he had hydronephrosis. There are 3 causes of hydronephrosis. It is caused by either a stone, a tumor, or an external tumor. Then he needs to go to the hospital for further examinations.
At lunchtime, the medical team also served warm dishes to close to 400 people at the reunion hot pot feast because they want to wish everyone a happy Lunar New Year.
Cai Dequan in Taichung used to have a good job. They could sustain a nice life for a whole family. However, 1 year ago, he was diagnosed with terminal esophageal cancer and his life suddenly fell off the track. Finances became a problem as his wife is unable to work because she needs to take care of him. Fortunately, Tzu Chi stepped in to help, and later the couple started to pay back the love they have received to society.
Being rich or not is secondary in life. The most important thing is that we live a peaceful and comfortable life.
Mr. Chai has esophageal cancer and needs to take medication every day and drink liquid nutrition supplements. The sickness forced him to quit his job and change his life completely.
My wife has taken care of me as well as our children. She stays in the hospital for me every day.
His family and friends' companionship and care are what keeps him alive. His wife was unable to work for more than a year because of him, but luckily Tzu Chi reached out to them and helped them overcome the financial difficulty.
I told him to focus on treating his cancer and not to worry. Since we met this point of time, it means it's destiny, and will accompany you on this road step by step.
Even if they didn't give us money, it's already a great help that they came to see us. They gave us strength and reminded us to be strong. I want to cry now that she talked about it because she has really put much effort into this family.
Mr. Chai has 2 children in school, therefore Tzu Chi also provides scholarships for them on top of caring for his sickness so that he can have nothing to worry about.
Tzu Chi sisters have given us scholarships for tuition because I just got back to work recently.
Although they are in financial distress but still wants to do good, when they know about Tzu Chi seeking funding for international disaster relief, Mr. Chai started to look for ways to show support.
I brought a basket, a bag, and a hoe and start digging.
The sweet potato field next to their house is their treasure ground, and they donated all the sweet potatoes they digged out to Tzu Chi volunteers.
Because I don't have money, so I can only put in little efforts.
I was deeply touched when I heard it, so we purchased all the items she brought us and then uses her name to pass down her love to people in need around the world.
Mr. and Mrs. Chai stand tall for each other to defeat his sickness, and they've also helped others in need even when they are experiencing hardships in life.
In Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteer Huang Weimin has been engaged in Tzu Chi for nearly 30 years. She always does her utmost to take on any task in every Tzu Chi activity. Now she even goes to the liaison office every morning to listen to Master's morning sermons. Her perseverance in walking the Bodhisattva path has set a good example for others to follow. Before daybreak, Tzu Chi volunteer Huang Weimin has come to the Holy Liaison office to listen to the master's morning sermons. Taking the notes carefully while listening to the master's Dharma teachings, Huang has been engaged in Tzu Chi for nearly 30 years. 28 years ago, Huang was inspired by the master's words to have a belief in environmental protection, and later she put a lot of efforts in the Holy Recycling Station.
The master once said that we should use our clapping hands to do recycling, so we started by sorting recyclables at a small recycling point. In each Tzu Chi activity, Huang always does her utmost to take on any tasks. She was a tailor when she was young. She has even shared the handmade arts with the participants of a patchwork class. No matter what work one does, as long as he or she is willing to come to this liaison office, we'll treat them with sincerity. Huang will never refuse to do all kinds of work. She is the role model who leads many of the master's disciples on the Bodhisattva path. More and more students are suffering from emotional problems on school campuses. A survey of young people about their experience has revealed problems ranging from self-mutilation to feelings of entrapment. Besides harming themselves, some have hurt others and are even facing criminal penalties and time in prison.
Romantic breakups are one of the most common causes of psychological problems. The Taipei Women's Rescue Foundation has found that many people experience emotional problems on school campuses. In early 2017, internet communication software has allowed counseling services to help those suffering from relationships.
We have 60 to 80 new cases a month.
These individuals simply need to open an account on the internet, and every month many boys and girls go online for consultation. The computer is manned by a professional social worker who is responsible for providing these counseling services.
For these students, their problems with love are actually something that they can't talk about. When you talk to teachers, the only thing that they tell their students is not to fall in love.
When students encounter such problems, they hope to return to the previous states of their relationship. But this could be a problem for some former lovers who are intense or quite dangerous.
Campus emotional wounds have created media headlines, with more such cases potentially occurring just below the surface. In fact, such incidents could affect more and more people.
I have found that there actually may be many cases. When I was in high school, there was a classmate that suffered from emotional problems, which may have manifested in self-mutilation. And when they were not stable, they would not sleep and then told somebody about desire to commit suicide.
I had a university friend who broke up with his girlfriend and he grabbed a knife to harm her. In fact, it is quite common to encounter people with emotional problems, both on campus or in the workplace.
Finding the perfect person or relationship is a dream for most people. Wu Jingji, an educator specializing in psychology, believes that one of our 4 big dreams of youth is to search for the ideal partner.
This issue of loving is not just romantic love, as it also has to do with friendship and family. So one needs to readjust the relationship so emotion is the 4th dream, no matter what time or place you happen to be.
At the age of 18, it's easy to say that you're good at studying. You don't need to think about much, and then you pair up, but you don't have a lot of experience in love relationships, as it is quite easy to run into such a problem.
你当然就很容易出现情绪上的困扰。
Emotional education on campus is insufficient as student romances are often forbidden. So once problems occur, students may feel helpless, and in serious instances, this can lead to self-mutilation or other crimes.
我最近工作压力稍微大一点，其实我每天在梦境中出现的全部都是在监狱里面的画面，全部都跑出来。
Liu Beiyuan, who is currently 52 years old, has been sentenced to 12 years in prison for killing his girlfriend in 2007.
真的是我人生中第一次失恋。
I think the worst thing was my attitude because it was the first time in my life that I was jealous and I was impulsive, and there was no way to restrain myself in this situation.
At that time, he was a lawyer. He studied all the way to PhD and was once the most famous insurance lawyer in Taiwan. However, his skill as a lawyer, along with being rational and a mastery of the law, didn't help him much when it came to controlling his feelings and preventing this criminal act.
The worst thing I did when after committing homicide was trying to commit suicide in prison. This was a result of my bad attitude.
After his imprisonment, his heart was also imprisoned. His long-term use of drugs coupled with the pain of remorse and regret made things worse. Finally, through his faith, he was able to relax this attitude. After Liu was released from prison, he joined the ranks of volunteers and encouraged other prisoners to repent. He also documented his incredible journey. Now that Liu has reformed, he hopes to teach others about the painful price that he had to pay, as he believes we should place more importance to emotional education at an early age. He hopes that young people can cultivate a correct outlook to manage their feelings, and as well as how to manage their emotional relationships. He hopes that they can practice solving their problems to develop a more intelligent response to the hardships they encounter.
As the Lunar Year is coming to an end, Tzu Chi volunteers have hosted a year-end feast for the homeless in Taichung. At the occasion, the volunteers encourage them to stay strong despite challenges in life. Since TIMA members provide medical care for them regularly, they also seize the occasion to express their gratitude.
Feast, volunteers perform lively music and the ambience is festive. Dr. Ji Bangjie has long been caring for the homeless, providing medical treatment.
I wish everyone has a better life each year. Although our life is tougher, but as long as we still live, we must have hope and confidence.
I used to feel painful and sore here, but after I had the surgery, it's much better now. I'm very thankful to Dr. Ji.
Volunteers Wu Pingtung offers vegetables freely to the kitchen of Zhen'an Homeless Social Welfare Foundation so that the homeless people can have nutritious meals.
The master said that we must do good deeds, but just a person is not enough. We need more people's power. Therefore, I organize a kitchen upstairs and I provide all the vegetables.
When they're at the lowest point of life, volunteers reach out to help so that they can have strength to get back on their feet.
In Osaka and Tokyo of Japan, Tzu Chi volunteers have held year-end blessing ceremonies for the public. At the ceremony in the Kansai region, some volunteers have brought vegetarian food from Taiwan for everyone to enjoy. Meanwhile, at the ceremony in Tokyo, a Tzu Chi volunteer's daughter talked about how she does good deeds to reciprocate her parents' love.
The two music performers at the 2018 year-end blessing ceremony are Chen Lingyun and Huang Yunxuan. Their mothers, who are also Tzu Chi volunteers, currently live in Taiwan.
Since I joined Tzu Chi Japan chapter, I've participated in home visits. With such experience, I've learned to cherish my own blessing.
I cannot fulfill my filial duties being by my parents' side. Therefore, I will do more good deeds overseas. I think this is the best way to reciprocate their love.
In January of 2018, Tokyo experienced the coldest temperature in more than 40 years. The ceremony attendees cherished their own well-being as they watch a film of Tzu Chi's footprints in the past year.
I'm deeply touched to see how Tzu Chi carries out charity work whenever disasters strike.
In Kansai region, a Tzu Chi Japan chapter holds year-end blessing ceremony. Some volunteers have brought vegetarian food from Taiwan for everyone to enjoy. The bell and drum performance amazes everyone in the audience. As they watch the film on Tzu Chi's activities in the past year, many people recognize Tzu Chi volunteers' contribution.
Tzu Chi volunteers are always the first ones to arrive at the disaster scene. This is something we hope to accomplish. Tzu Chi is able to do this.
The red envelopes of blessing and wisdom bring more than just best wishes for all.
There are 3 seeds in it. It symbolizes that great achievements start with a small seed.
Year after year, there have been more people attending the year-end blessing ceremonies in Kansai region.
Everyone is working mindfully as a team. With joint efforts comes strength.
Tzu Chi volunteers are steadfast in safeguarding this land with love and compassion in the future.
In 2009, Typhoon Kesana struck the Philippines and took about 500 lives. In the aftermath of the disaster, Tzu Chi started the disaster evaluation and aid distribution in the hard-hit areas, including Marikina and San Mateo. At Tzu Chi's year-end blessing ceremony this year, more than 1,200 Tzu Chi volunteers and residents from these 2 cities look back on what they've been through and promise to continue to spread love in the coming years.
We appreciate Tzu Chi Foundation greatly.
This short sentence is best way to repay Tzu Chi's efforts here for 9 years. Tzu Chi started the disaster evaluation and aid distribution in the heavily impacted areas of Marikina and San Mateo right after Typhoon Kesana in 2009. They hosted a disaster work relief program and encouraged locals to join as volunteers. That's when Joseph Brions learns to give.
Actually kasi, kumbaga sa yung
This love and compassion from Tzu Chi is beyond what words can describe, especially when they offer help without expecting anything in return.
Naramdaman mo yung tulong na walang iniisip na kapalit.
When I saw Tzu Chi helping underprivileged people, I invited my neighbors to collect recyclable materials so that we can donate them and help disaster victims.
Helping the people in need regardless of who they are, the spirit has also been spread to Ormoc in the Philippines.
Na-inspire po ako dun kasi po kahit po pinag-irapan niya po.
I was touched by Carlin from Ormoc. Although her donations are not much, she's willing to take actions to help others. I want to help others like her.
Kasi po, madami din po kung matutulungan na mga nangangailangan po.
In 2017, the Philippines have suffered from many natural disasters. Local volunteers apply their past experiences to show support to their fellow citizens. There are more than 1,200 people standing with Tzu Chi volunteers now to pray for Philippines and promising each other to continue helping people in need and continue to spread out the great love.
Students from Lingyuan Senior High School collaborated with the Lingyuan Dream Factory to hold a winter camp for elementary students. On the last day of the event, they brought the children to do a beach cleanup. We will leave you with these images. Goodbye!